And what is going on here, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual. Of course, we're always working on a weekday. It is ISG. We're the only show, folks, combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Talking the latest in the world, the National Football League. A couple of big trades have gone down. We also have a couple of games here playing for cash and prizes as we come to you on the platforms of FTF Sports, Next Level Sports, NESN Nation, Unbeaten Sports Channel. It is ISG, the intersection of sports and gaming, ISG football, powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located right here in Clifton, New Jersey. All right, we'll come inside here, folks. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, ISG football, ISG college football. Of course, at the end of the week, it is always ISG basketball. It's good to be here, folks, as we talk the latest in the world of the National Football Leagues. We talked about it. We've been going through it. OTAs, mini camps. Mini camps are behind us now. Into OTAs, the organized team activities. Big trades in the NFL. A.J. Brown going from the Eagles to the Patriots. Myles Garrett going from the Browns to the Rams. We're going to talk about all of it right here on FTL Sports, Next Level Sports, NESN Nation, and Unbeaten Sports Channel. But shout out to the good people here. You saw the sign behind me. Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, off of Route 3. That is literally right down the road, guys, from MetLife Stadium, home of the New York Football Jets, New York Football Giants as well, and also the World Cup Championship, the final, right here in New York, New Jersey, at MetLife Stadium. Literally about a 3-minute ride right down Route 3 from East Rutherford, New Jersey, right into Clifton, New Jersey. Shout out to good people here at Uno Pizza and Grill. It is karaoke night, so you hear some music in the background. We have some crooners or people pretending to be singers here at Uno Pizza and Grill. They're the guys that invented deep dish pizza back in 1943, drawing their identity and their inspiration from their origins there in the Chicago. 100 locations in 20 states that serve more than pizza, folks. They got pasta, steak, seafood, burgers, and more. Craft beers, great cocktails. And for your health nuts out there, vegetarian dishes, check them out online, unos.com. Uno Pizza and Grill, located here in Clifton, New Jersey, off Route 3, 100 locations in some 20 states. Let me go ahead and bring in the co-host for the day. There he is to the left of me. That is Derwin Worrell, former sportscaster of WPRI Television up there in Little Rhodey, Providence, Rhode Island. Dagwood, as the kids like to call him. How are you, kind sir?
I'm doing fine. And yourself, sir?
I'm good. Well, actually, I'm not doing good. Your Seahawks beat my Patriots in the Super Bowl. What the hell you mean? I'm not doing well at all.
You shouldn't have been surprised about that.
See, he's got that cool, calm demeanor while I'm over here spazzing out. That's how he wins, folks.
I knew that. I could have told you that was going to happen.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder saw that one coming, right? He saw that beat down coming. Everything good, man?
Everything's good, man. Ready to watch a little bit of football here. Football season's right around the corner, too.
It is, yeah. Like I said, I got the OTAs coming up to the right of me. You saw that last name. That's my oldest son, Cam Ridley, former minor league baseball player, also college Division I player. Cam, what it do down there in Tampa, man? You in Tampa, you in Nashville? Where you at?
I'm in Tampa, Florida, man. It's been raining here, so hopefully it's been better weather up there, but I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me.
It's been beautiful, dude. Like 75 is going to be 80 tomorrow. It's been perfect this week, man.
That's perfect,
So, no complaints here in the Tri-State. You guys ready to get this thing started to talk the latest in the world of the National Football League America's game? You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take a look here at the rundown here coming from Uno Pizza Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. The Browns, as we talked about earlier in the show, trading Myles Garrett, the best defensive player in the league, to the Los Angeles Rams. They are going for it right now, the favorites to win the Super Bowl with the lowest odds there. Eagles officially trading A.J. Brown to the Pats. We've been talking about that basically since February. It is finally done. That June 1st date was pretty integral as we look at that trade from Philly to New England. Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter, we talked about this a week or two ago. They are uniting the Giants after that Trump dispute when Jackson Dart introduced the president a couple weeks ago here in New York. Up near Rockland Community College. Russell Wilson joining the CBS Sports group, my company here, as an analyst, going to replace Matt Ryan. We'll talk about that. OBJ returning to the Giants, and Shedeur Sanders making a big bank here. $4 million contract total, but $17 million from the NFLPA. We'll tell you what that all means and what that is all about. Also got a couple games we're playing for cash and prizes. Here's the rules here. All Madden competitive game style, hit the hair, Colonel Rodgers, like to call those regs. All 32 NFL teams are available. 5-minute quarters, King of the Hill format. You win. You do stay on those sticks. How about the prizes? All about that shmoney. $50 guaranteed. The winner gets $40. Runner-up runs out this piece with $40 in cash, and you win 4 straight weeks. And folks, it does get sort of progressively harder here as you go along. You can win an NFL license Zip Chair. Go to zipchair.com, folks. They literally make the best gaming chairs in the world, and they make more than just gaming chairs. They got gaming desks, sofas, stools, you name it. A lot of office furniture supplies there. They got all the NFL teams, Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, MLS, NCAA, and colleges as well. And any custom pieces you might want, check them out online, zipchair.com, located on Strong Island. That is Long Island for you kids out there that's not hip here from the New York tri-state area. Also, when you wear your gaming chair, you do get an official ISG t-shirt. We sell the shirts. The shop is always open, guys, 24 hours a day. We got t-shirts, hoodies, and long-sleeve tees. You can see the long-sleeve tee that I'm wearing once I come back on the screen here. Go to theisgshow.com/shop, theisgshow.com/shop. How about the matchup? We got a couple games we're playing for cash and prizes. No NFL games this weekend, so the biggest matchup. These gamers have to choose from the topics and the subjects we're talking about. Our King of the Hill, our champion, JBaird, playing with the Giants. Our former champion, FearTheHuskers, he is back playing with those Philadelphia Eagles. Quick profiles of these two young men. We'll start with the challenger. That would be FearTheHuskers. Robert Neely. Where's he from? Omaha. From Omaha, Nebraska, 27 years of age. He's a civil engineer, and they're currently working on the tallest structure there in the Omaha area. 6-time ISG Madden champion. How about a King of the Hill? Man, he's been on a heater here, folks. His name is JBaird. Buffalo Grove, Illinois, 21 years of age, Illinois State University student. They are the Redbirds, 2-time ISG Madden champ, man, and he has been on the heater, like I said, hasn't lost in some 2.5, almost 3 months now. Let's take a look at the standings here before we get started. Make these predictions. Brought to you by MollyPopGrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. Molly Pop, of course, taking the sweet world by Sweet Storm with that pink bag promise, folks. You see that pink bag in your local grocery store. You got to understand one thing, folks. You're getting high quality produce. We're talking about sweet, crunchy grapes, about 20 different varieties of grapes there as well. Also, pressed juices online as well. Check them out online, MollyPopGrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. Andrew Richmond not with us tonight. She's got a sweet record. She got me by, looks like 6 and 7, 6.5 games there. Oh, I just did it, 6, 7. 6.5 games there, right there on the standings. Let's go ahead and bring everybody in, get a quick prediction here as we get started here on FTF Sports, Next Level Sports, Destination, the Unbeaten Sports Channel. Let's go to the right of me there. That is Dagwood, Derwin Worrell, former sportscaster, WPRI Television. Who you got in this one? You got Eagles or you got G-Men?
I'm going to go with the G-Men because you must fear the beard. Guy's been hot. I'm not going to bet against him ever again.
It's a tough one right here, Cam. Who you got, man? You got a former champ playing with the Fly, Eagles Fly, and you got JB playing with Big Blue.
JB's, I think he's got both of my wins for me, my only 2-1. So I'm going to roll with my guy. I think he's going to keep the heater going and continue his streak, man. I hope he wins today.
I've been going with JB too. I'm gonna buck the trend here. I'm gonna go. You guys are zigging. I'm gonna zag. I'm gonna take Huskers. He's back. He's got the home field advantage. They're playing at the link. Give me Eagles. Eagles. Huskers with the win. All right, guys, let's go ahead and lock it up. Let's play it out right here. Huskers playing with the Eagles, and our champion, our King of the Hill, JB, playing with the Giants. Let's play it out with may the best man win. We'll talk to the winner at the conclusion of this game. Let's go ahead and lock it up, guys, right here. FTL Sports, Next Level Sports, Destination, and Unbeaten Sports Channel. Let's go right now. And folks, the pregame show brought to you by good friends at Golf Zone Social. 3 locations. Where Brooklyn at? You got BK Westnock in Scarsdale. It's a sports bar, indoor golf lounge with 16 total bays, guys. 1 huge VIP suite. And those 15 other bays. You got the simulators and the suites. It is where golf literally meets social. The best indoor golf experience that you'll find. Indoor golf games, meaning unparalleled social engagement. And folks, you can play a lot of video games on there. Also, they've got 240 courses. It is a true experience. And folks, it's more than just indoor golf lounge. It's a bar, a sports bar, lounge, and a restaurant. All in one. Check them out online. GolfZoneSocial.com. States, I'm living in CBS Sports. ISG football, we're the only show combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Talking the latest in the world of the National Football League. A lot of big trades just happened. That post-June 1st designation there. Also got a couple gamers here playing for cash and prizes. Move the screen there on the right-hand side. That is JB playing with those New York Jets. Excuse me. I just screwed that one up. New York Football Giants, Big Blue. They are on defense. They are the road team. Eagles, bottom right-hand screen. That is Huskers. He's going to take one to the house. He does. With the white jerseys on. Eagles with the lead here early. 6-0. To the right of me, that is Derwin Worrell, former sportscaster, WPRI Television, up there in Providence, Rhode Island. Top right-hand corner of the screen. Same last name. Pretty much same dude. That is Cam Ridley, my oldest son, former minor league baseball player, and also Division I baseball player. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Talk the latest in the world of the NFL. The biggest news couple of big trades in the NFL. We'll start with the one in Cleveland. That is the Browns trading Myles Garrett. Yes, the Browns, they went ahead and did it. They traded Myles Garrett after giving that big contract a year ago as well, making over $40 million a year. The Browns trading for Jared first, so they get him from the Rams. They also get from the Rams, LA putting in this package a 2027 first rounder, a 2028 second rounder, and a 2029 third rounder. First goes to Cleveland. He's from the Ohio area. I believe he's from Dayton. Of course, Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Last year had the NFL sack record with 23. He's actually a two-time Defensive Player of the Year, and you can make the argument he's the best defensive player in the league. You can make the argument he's the best player in the league. He's better at his position than anyone else in the National Football League. Derwin, we're going to start with you. Man, this is in your conference, in your division. Seahawks, should they be worried here getting Myles Garrett? They are going for it. F them picks. That's their motto with the LA Rams.
Definitely should be a little concerned. I know once I saw my phone, the notification went off. Once I saw the notification, I hit one of my boys who's a writer up in Seattle. I'm like, we got to deal with this guy for 2 games every year. But it's a win-win for both teams as far as the Rams and Cleveland. The Rams know they got a 2-year window with Matthew Stafford being there. He's probably going to play no more than 2 years. Your window is now. You are a game away from getting to the Super Bowl. You want to add just one more piece to put you over the top, and Myles Garrett might be it. And the defense is solid. They got everything they need. As long as Stafford can stay healthy, there's no reason why the Rams won't be in the NFC Championship game.
Cam, the Rams are clearly going for it once again. They are the betting favorites now. They were already the betting favorites, or at least but now I think they're like plus 600 or something like that. A clear favorite to get to the Super Bowl. How good would this Rams squad be? And do you like how aggressive they are? I just talked about their motto is F them picks and the draft picks. They don't care what Sean McVay and those guys. Aaron Donald, maybe he comes back as well out of retirement at 35. Rams right now, man, they look like a wagon going downhill, actually.
I mean, the Rams, they continue to make offseason trades. They continue to trade those picks, like we said. You know, we forgot about the Trent McDuffie trade already because you have Myles Garrett. You know, like if there's a game changer that's going to wreck, drives and wreck a lot of those teams in the NFC West, it's going to be Myles Garrett. So they went out and they got the best player, I think, in football. So, but just like, Derwin said, I think it works for both teams. The Cleveland, they did get a young stud. We're not going to act like Jared Verse wasn't the Rookie of the Year. So, they do get a good stud, but it's just like, dude, losing Myles Garrett it's tough. It's tough. So I think I like the aggression from the Rams, though. They have 2 years to get it done. I think they could possibly do it both years if they play it right. About him, they already had some studs on the line, but if they get Aaron Donald, even at the age of 35, I've seen enough from him in the history. I'll take my chances with him. Whatever they have to do to get him to commit to the playing this year, I think would help. But do they need him? No, they don't. But it would help, though. I could see them doing it, making that call.
There's a lot of people talking about, well, this was an even trade. I don't believe in that. Whoever got the best player, that's where I'm going. Unless you get something like 5 or 6 first-round picks, then I can at least entertain that. Look, the Rams got Myles Garrett. So, I know he's, 30 or something like that. So, I think they won this trade.
You got to give Cleveland some credit, though.
What is your argument for that? I mean, they got a first-round pick, a second-round pick, a third-round pick, and Jared Verse.
But normally with teams, when they make trades, they normally get a bunch of draft picks, but they were able to get a player that's younger, that's been a real stud at 25 years old, going into his 3rd year. They walked away with something here. And normally, Cleveland's always been known for making bad trades. This was a good trade for them, and it helps them for their, get their future together. If they can ever get the quarterback situation straightened out, they can, they might have a shot.
All right. Been to the playoffs, I think, twice since they've been back to Cleveland. And my starting quarterback at Middle Tennessee, MTSU, Kelly Holcomb, was the first one to take him there. Was that 2002? Threw for over 400 yards. Well, I know he said my producer. What about Shedeur? We'll see. We'll talk about Shedeur later in the show. 3 and 4 last year. I understand. First year. So we'll see how that goes. Cam, your thoughts here. Anything that impressed you with Cleveland? Do you think they can somehow come out of the wilderness?
This year, no. But I think the direction that they took, I like. because they're not going to be a Super Bowl contender this year. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. So having a guy like Myles Garrett on your roster simply doesn't do anything for nobody except for Myles Garrett and his accolades. So they needed to move somebody like that, and they got a good return. And just like he said, they got a player. Usually with these type of guys, you get picks and picks and picks. We won't know if they won this trade until, 2028? We'll see who they pick in that first round.
Maybe 2029 when they get a third round pick too.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know whether or not they win the trade, but for the Rams' schedule, obviously they're going to be the ones that are going to front run this trade for now.
And I will give Cleveland credit on this because the Rams almost fleeced them. They almost got to keep Jared Verse and get Myles Garrett. And the Rams like, look, you got to at least give us Jared Verse there. So,
and also, Larry, before we run off, go back to the Seattle deal. When people thought they were crazy to get rid of Russell Wilson, Seattle ate off of that trade for years to come, picking up players off of that trade. So we don't know what this trade is going to do for Cleveland down the road, but you got an opportunity in the future to get some picks to build up your football team.
Yeah, and you look at the Cleveland Browns, 2 more first-round picks next year, so they are definitely set up for success. Now we'll see if they can pick players. I mean, that's part of it. It doesn't matter if you got all these picks if you can't, nail them and at least hit on some of those picks. So we'll keep up with the Browns. Once again, Browns trading Myles Garrett to the Rams. The Rams giving up Jared Verse, a 2027 first-round pick, a 2028 second, and a 29 third-round pick. Keep an eye on this Madden game. It's 10 to 8 right now. So Eagles with the lead here, bottom of the screen. There it is, Huskers playing with the Eagles. They are in white. He's in control of this game here in the second quarter. We'll take a break before we do. The first quarter brought to our good friends at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. Authentic Mexican restaurant, open 7 days a week. Located there in Bayonne, New Jersey. Great food, great atmosphere, great affordable drinks. Libations are definitely flowing, folks. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Mariachi shows every other Tuesday. You saw that last week here on the show. Got the great costumes and the sombreros. DJs on the weekends, Latin nights on the weekends too. They also have the beautiful patio. The weather is nice. Now, the Golden Eagle, it is landed right there in Bayonne, New Jersey. Online, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. Or ISG Football. We're back after a quick timeout. To ISG Football, powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. We're the only show, folks, combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. In the section of sports gaming, like I said, combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Talking legends in the world of the NFL. Bottom right-hand corner of the screen, man, we got a couple games we're playing for cash and prizes. JB, our current champion, playing with the New York Giants. Just took the lead there. They are in the blue jerseys. On the right-hand side there at the bottom, that is Huskers, a former champ, playing with the Philadelphia Eagles there in the white jerseys. Top of the screen there on the left-hand side, Derwin Worrell, former sportscaster from WPRI Television. They're in Little Rhodey in Providence, Rhode Island. Top right-hand corner of the screen, same last name. That is Cameron Ridley. Cameron Ridley, my oldest. I just call him by his real name. He's probably not going to like that. I'm going to go with Cam Ridley. Former minor league baseball player at Division I college. I still call him Cameron sometimes. I'm never mad at him, though. He's a good kid. Let's go ahead and get back to the NFL topics. We're talking about the big trade with the Cleveland Browns and the Los Angeles Rams. The Eagles officially trading A.J. Brown to the Patriots. We've been talking about this basically since February, since the NFL Combine after the Super Bowl. It did go down. He sat down with Mamouzette Taylor here recently with 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, so we want to give them some credit there and a shout-out there. He was asked about the relationship with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, and he says they weren't quite as close as they were, especially the last couple of years. Here's A.J. Brown sitting down with Mamouzette Taylor, talking about his former QB with the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts. Take a listen to A.J. Brown right now.
Nothing happened, people just grow apart. Nothing happened between me and him or our families, wives, anything. Nothing like that ever happened, but life happens, and you just look up sometimes and you find yourself drifting away, and that's fine. And I think both parties accepted that.
So that was A.J. Brown talking about, hey, he and Jalen Hurts weren't quite on the same page at the end. Of course, we've been hearing about A.J. Brown and the chirping and being not satisfied in that Eagle offense, especially the last couple of years. And he did, talk about that as far as those guys maybe not as close. But he says it wasn't anything personal, nothing having to do with wives or anything like that. You just sort of kind of grow apart. Now, A.J. Brown, of course, had his first date with the New England Patriots, passed that physical. He is with the Pats. Pats gave up a 2028 first-rounder and a fifth-rounder next year. So A.J. Brown was practicing with the Patriots today. Let's go ahead and listen to A.J. Brown. First day playing with the New England Patriots, he says, man, he's been a childhood. He's been a fan of this team for a long time. Here's A.J. Brown on his love of the flying Elvis on the side of his helmet playing with the New England Patriots. Take a listen.
Just talking to my mom, and I was like, man, I'm still in awe. I'm trying to adjust and, walking up the hill, with the uniform on. I was like, man, this is real, you know. And caught myself one point in practice, wasn't paying attention because I was like, dang, I'm a Patriot, you know. You know, and just trying to take it all in as much as I can. You know, obviously, you know, I got back to work quickly, but it's levels to it, and like I said, I'm enjoying it. It's obviously, I know this ain't heaven, but you know, it's close to it.
All right, so that was A.J. Brown today. The New England Patriots, of course, he showed up today. I was actually able to practice with the New England Patriots today, and Eagles are going to spread out this salary cap hit over the next couple of years. That's why they waited to June 1st. Like I said, we've been talking about this trade since February. $43 million, a cap hit there, 27 in 1 year, 16 the next year. He's going to wear number 1, going back to his college number. Couldn't wear that at Tennessee. Couldn't wear it also with the Eagles because of Jalen Hurts. Eagles and Patriots going to have joint practice in August. That should be fun. August the 19th through the 20th. 3-time Pro Bowler for the Eagles. Over 1,000 yards the last 4 seasons. I think last 4 years, yes. 5th most receiving yards in the National Football League. Love this for the New England Patriots and Drake May. We'll start with you, Derwin. Your thoughts here. Where does this put the Patriots here in the hierarchy in the American Football Conference, the AFC?
Well, I'm not going to put them back in the Super Bowl with that pickup, but it was definitely a pick that they needed because they needed, I've been saying for years, they needed a number 1 wide receiver. They needed an alpha, and this young man, he's an alpha. And he's the kind of guy that's going to dictate the ball. When he was in Philadelphia, you know, you got Jalen Hurts would run the ball sometimes. You got Saquon Barkley. He has to get his carries. And sometimes you would see that, you know, A.J. Brown, he looked like he was just disinterested. Like he wasn't part of the offense. And I think Josh McDaniel,
reading books on the sideline.
Yeah, Josh McDaniel, offensive coordinator for the Patriots, he's going to try to find ways, creative ways, to get A.J. Brown the football. That's going to help Drake May. That's going to take a little bit of pressure off of the running game. Hopefully Henderson could have a good second good year, year 2 for him, as he was a rookie last year. It should be really interesting to see how this plays out, and I know that fan base is really excited.
Cam, you like this trade for the Patriots? Look, they've been talking about it for a while now. Where does this put them in the AFC? And anything you want to comment on specifically the relationship with Jalen Hurts? Now, it's sort of telling. He revealed a little bit what we've all been hearing and reading in the reports that they kind of did grow apart there. I wonder what it was that made them grow apart, because they kept it kind of generic, like it just kind of happens, which is true, but there's got to be something that started it.
Yeah. I mean, A.J. Brown, just like you said, is an alpha. He's going to demand the ball. But I think I love this for the Patriots. Maybe not put him right back in the Super Bowl, but they definitely needed to upgrade their wide receiver position. I was very surprised they made the Super Bowl with the wide receivers they had last year. So this is a complete upgrade and a complete overhaul, because Drake May is a great downfield thrower and A.J. Brown's a great downfield catcher. So this fits hand in hand with that. Now, the whole relationship with Jalen Hurts, just like you said, could be anything. You know, I just think A.J. Brown's probably a little bit of a diva about getting the ball, and Jalen Hurts is more of a kind of a team guy, and we're just trying to win. And maybe that was the case, but absolutely love this trade for the Patriots. And I believe the Eagles got some type of compensation for it too, so they didn't just give up anything for it.
Derwin, the relationship there with the guy that is wearing his number that he's going to wear in New England now, that used to wear it, the number 1 in Philly with Jalen Hurts. What do you think was going on there? Because, I mean, you look at some of the, the footage, like, they're telling each other that they love each other when they won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And then you got the, the passive aggressive stuff that he did throughout the media. It seems like, that A.J. Brown was basically trying to get the team going. He did also say, look, I have learned as you get older, maybe you don't need to say everything that's kind of on your mind or on your chest. Your thoughts there with their relationship?
It was definitely rocky. Anytime you see a guy reading a book on the sideline, things are just not right. And
a self-help book.
Yeah, it was a definite.
He is crying for help.
Yes, definitely a disconnect of some sort between those two. And, the Eagles brass thought it was just time to go their separate ways. They made some other wide receiver moves to bring a couple of wide receivers in via the draft and free agency to try to shore up that wide receiver core. And then also when you go back and you look at the Patriots, Now you got some other guys on that roster that have to really step up. You know, Moody's a guy that thinks, you know, I interviewed him a couple of times. He thinks he's him. He might not be. He might not be there. Pop Douglas is there. Hunter Henry is probably one of their better receivers.
After Chisholm, you've been hearing his name a lot. Like he's having a good camp. It's like, all right, guys. They do this every year with some little small guy playing receiver for the Patriots. Like, oh, watch out for this guy. Last year was Pop Douglas. Go ahead.
So there's going to be a little bit of pressure on A.J. Brown because now you've been traded. You know, you didn't want to be in Philly. You're getting paid all this money. And the Patriot fan base, and you should know this, Larry, that Patriot fan base, all they know, most of them that are about 25 years old, all they know about is winning. This losing business is not what they're used to. They expect to be in Super Bowls, and they expect for A.J. Brown to pay big dividends this season.
Do you expect the New England Patriots to be in the Super Bowl? I think they're definitely going to be in at least the AFC Championship game this year.
I don't know about that because last year, a lot of teams got a break because there were two teams that are normally in the playoffs that weren't. Right. Kansas City wasn't in playoffs, and neither were the Ravens.
Bengals weren't there, yep.
Yeah, so if those quarterbacks of those teams start to have good years like we're accustomed, you probably won't see a Jacksonville. I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence at all. So things might change a little bit, and the Patriots have to play a tougher schedule.
They do.
I don't think they're going to win 14 games. I know they're not going to win 14 games.
No. But I've got them winning 11, and the first 4 games against teams that made the playoffs last year. 3 of those 4 on the road.
Do you have them winning the division is the question.
I do. Because I think the Bills with the new coach, with Brady, I think they lost a little bit with the receivers. They're still trying to figure that out. And I think the defense is still suspect in Buffalo. Cam, your thoughts here? Patriots back in the Super Bowl since he was talking about it?
I put them at least in the AFC Championship just like you because not much has changed with the team. They really only got better, and they got better in positions that they needed to, like wide receiver.
Romeo Dobbs going to be a nice number 2.
Romeo Dobbs. We forget that they got him. You know, their wide receiver 1 last year was Diggs, and then it was Matt Collins. It's like Matt Collins is all the way right down to wide receiver 3 now. So it's like Drake May's got his options, and I think he's only going to improve. So I'd put them in the AFC Championship, but Derwin's right. A lot of those teams like the Bengals, Ravens, Chiefs, they took a year off. I don't think they'll do it twice.
All right, we'll see about the New England Patriots. Once again, joint practices, Eagles and Patriots coming up August the 19th and 20th. A.J. Brown going back to his college number that he wore at Ole Miss down there in Oxford, Mississippi. He's going to wear number 1 with the New England Patriots. Once again, the Eagles trading A.J. Brown to the Patriots. Patriots giving up a 2028 first-rounder, a 5th-rounder next year in 2027. Keep an eye on this Madden game. 17-15, a 2-point game here. JB playing with the Giants, just got a pick. Can he get it back all the way? No pick 6 there. Huskers playing with the Eagles. They're on defense now, playing in the white jerseys. That second quarter brought to you by good friends at Tottenville Bagels. 3 locations, one in Staten Island on Amboy Road, also in Avondale, New Jersey, and the one here in Bayonne, New Jersey, 353 Broadway. A bagel born from tradition. Hand-rolled bagels, each one is crafted using time-honored techniques and ingredients as well. Popular bagel stores in Staten Island and New Jersey. And folks, they're known for more than just their bagels. Also known for fresh hand-rolled bagels and also a wide variety of breakfast sandwiches. Lunch sandwiches as well. They got burgers, chopped cheese, cheesesteaks, deli sandwiches, pancakes, waffles, French toast. Fresh bagels made daily right there on location. Check them out online, tbagels.com. Tottenville Bagels, 3 locations, Staten Island, Bayonne, New Jersey, and Avondale, New Jersey. More ISG football. We're back after a quick time. Welcome back. More of ISG football. We're powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. The only show combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. We're talking the latest in the world of the NFL. OTAs are here. Big trades in the NFL. Myles Garrett going to the Rams. A.J. Brown going to the Eagles. We also got a couple games that are playing for cash and prizes. Bottom of the screen here. That is JB, our King of the Hill, our champion. Playing with the Giants. He has he's trailing here, actually, right? He's trailing up 2. I got something in front of my screen. He's up by 2. Huskers playing with the Eagles here. He's up 17-15. He's in white. He just scored here. They're in the 3rd quarter. Middle of the screen there on the left-hand side. That is Derwin Worrell, former sportscaster, WPRI Television in Providence, Rhode Island. Cam Ridley, my oldest son, former minor league baseball player and Division I baseball player as well. He's hanging out trapping in the Tampa area currently. All right, guys, let's get back to the NFL topics. We talked about Jackson Dart last week. Of course, Jackson Dart introducing President Trump at a rally in New York, up there in Suffern, New York, at Rockland Community College there. Of course, got a lot of backlash. Once again, he did nothing wrong, ladies and gentlemen, but also there are consequences for that. And, you start waiting in politics, sometimes it will come back to bite you. But there's a good scene there. Looks like those guys are trying to unite the Giants. They did hug it out, and they are brothers. Well, let's go ahead and listen to both of these young men. We'll start with Abdul Carter, who, once again, when he talked to the president, when he introduced the president, Jackson Dart, he said, man, basically, what are we doing here, man? Is this AI? Here's Abdul Carter on his relationship with Jackson Dart, and he did say, you introduced the president, that's on you. Let's listen to the first-round pick of the Giants on defense, Abdul Carter.
Some things are bigger than football, and this is one of those things. Jackson is one of our leaders. He's the face of our franchise. He not only represents himself and what he does, but he represents all of us. And that goes for anybody who wears a Giants uniform. But if he chooses to align himself with a man like President Trump, it's my responsibility, based on what I believe and what I stand on, to not only show my teammates that I'm against that, but to show the world. And that doesn't mean that we have to spread hate. It doesn't mean that me and Jackson hate each other or we have beef. I sit next to Jackson every day. Every team meeting, we close, we talk. We just, as long as we make sure we got the same goal as a team and our goals align, which they do, and I feel like that's all that matters. So
me and Abdul came here at the same time. We've shared a lot of very similar experiences. We've experienced adversity through a season and had to have each other's backs, and that's exactly what we continue to do today. Me and him are one of the closer guys on the team with each other. So, we've had a lot of conversation, and he's my brother. I know that I'm a brother to him, and at the end of the day, we want to be the best people and players for each other.
All right, so that was Jackson Dart there. You heard him talking about his teammate there. You can see those guys once again embracing at Giants workouts and OTAs earlier. He says, look, they are brothers, and they have been able to talk it out. Once again, Jackson Dart introducing the president at a rally for Mike Lawler up in Rockland Community College about a week ago, introducing President Trump there. Abdul Carter made it pretty clear. He's like, look, I don't really want an apology. Didn't really like what he had to say, so they were able to move past that. It's not sort of a deal breaker for them in the locker room and their friendship. And, of course, Jackson Dart talking about them being brothers. Jackson Dart says his family members have been in the military. Great-grandfather's even actually a secretary of treasury here. She's got a long line of family members that have been a part of the military, and he sort of supports that cause there. Played at Ole Miss. We all understand the backstory there. Your start. We'll start with you here, Cam. What do you make about those two guys and their comments after Jackson Dart introduced the president? And we didn't get your thoughts on it last week. You weren't on the show. Were you okay with him, waiting into politics here? Clearly, it's okay, but the ramifications and the consequences.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's okay to talk about politics. Everyone has their opinion on what the U.S., has done with the government or whatever. But when you're this big of a star in both these guys, and just like you said, you're the face of the Giants, basically, there's going to be some consequences, and you're going to be hurting a couple people's feelings with some of the actions that you do. So I think they need to be kind of more football players than politicians and talk about it. But I am glad that they're hugging it out. They're trying to show the unity of the team, because this is something that they're going to need. They have a bunch of new faces in the front office, a bunch of new faces in coaching, and they need to show that the New York Football Giants are back, because they've been gone for a long time.
Yeah. I was there, both of those Super Bowl teams with the Patriots that lost to the Giants during the 2007 and 2011 season, Super Bowl 42 and 46, respectively. Derwin, your thoughts here. We didn't get to hear your opinion either last week, when he introduced the president, like I said, which is it's no crime. What do you think about the fallout? And what do you think about, I understood what Jackson Dart had to say. He said the right things. You can tell he's a little shook too. Didn't seem as hyped and as engaging and excitable as he usually is, because this is a sensitive issue. I think he finally realized, dude, I'm the quarterback of the Giants. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I can't introduce the president. Different times, man. It's 2026, brother.
He was a little naive. He forgot where he was. He thought he was still in the South, in Mississippi, and didn't realize you're in New York City. You're the face of the New York Giants. That's not going to sit well with people. That is not going to sit well with the fan base.
Or some people, exactly, yes.
Some people, because, but I was actually surprised that Carter actually spoke up. Because normally guys in the same locker room don't speak up against, especially the quarterback, the franchise. But I'm glad Carter said something because he has the right to say how he feels. He has the right to say how that optics made him feel. Because a lot of people, maybe there's other guys in that locker room that felt the same way. Now, like you said, it's not a crime, but all actions have consequences. And at the end of the day, what this is going to come down to, the one way that they can kind of smooth this over, come September, you better start winning football games. Come September, Jackson Dart better play well. If not, they're going to talk about it. They're going to talk about this. Same thing with Carter. Come September, he better go out there and get some tackles for losses or some sacks. If not, they're going to talk about him. So this is going to put a little bit of pressure on both players and the team as a whole. But I think Jackson Dart learned a valuable lesson about, yeah, you might feel a certain way, but sometimes the optics are just not worth it.
Yeah, Cam, Jackson Dart also talked about had a lot of family members that have fought in wars, so I get the sort of political background and the calculus that he had. But Derwin brought up a good point, like this ain't Oxford, Mississippi. This ain't Utah. Totally different environment here in New York City and what that all entails. Your thoughts here on Abdul Carter? I was like, okay, he kind of went there. He's like, I'm not backing down. Like, I don't agree with it. But we are going to move forward as boys. But he did kind of reiterate, like, yo, what are you doing here, dude? I'm not a Trump fan.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of shocked in general. I didn't think he was going to speak up at all. But, kudos to him for voicing his opinion, just like everyone in the United States can. That's the reason why we're here. So, but I love the way he ended it, saying, hey, we're still boys. I still want you to succeed. I still want this team, and we still have one goal, and that's to get to the Super Bowl. And, that's to win a bunch of games. And just like Derwin said, if they're not playing well in September to start this year, I guarantee you this conversation is coming back up.
Yeah, they're going to win a lot of games, and they're going to win a lot of games
fast.
Early,
too.
And they're like a nice little trendy little pick to maybe make some noise, maybe make a wild card or something like that. So it would behoove them to get out to a really good start and a fast start there with Big Blue, with the Giants who haven't played very well lately. And another thing, Jackson Dart, get your butt out of bounds and get your butt down. No more hits, no more concussions this year. That's the biggest thing. Like, he needs to stay
NFL,
healthy.
Man. Yeah, it's the NFL.
Well, people are going to question your head, like, what the hell's wrong with him? Not about who he voted for, but why can't this guy stay on the field getting his block knocked off because he's trying to take on grown men in the NFL. This is not Ole Miss. This is not high school. But we'll keep an eye on that. It's good to see these guys that, sort of understand, like, look, we have to move on. We can't have this as a story. But I was a little surprised that see Abdul not kind of back up. Look, he is a Muslim, and he's got these stances on the president and also government as a whole. But they have tried to unite the Giants once again after this little mini storm and little mini dispute with Dart introducing the president a couple of weeks ago. Keeping an eye on the Matt game here, 22-17, fourth quarter. Our King of the Hill playing with the Giants, Big Blue, team we were just talking about. He's on defense. Our challenger, Huskers, playing with the Eagles. On the move here, down by 5, early stages of the fourth quarter. That third quarter brought to you by good friends at Fine Curate. We were just there last week. Look at it, 920 Broadway Avenue in Bayonne, New Jersey. They're open 5 days a week, folks. Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And you can buy, you can sell, you can trade, and they're always buying. Available in-store and online now. At Fine Curate, folks, they don't only curate your outfits, but they show you how the fits will look as well. They know how to put the stuff together, man. They got, I believe, over 400 pairs of sneakers, 1,500 pieces of clothing there. So sneakers and clothing as well. Large selections of sneakers there. They got Jordans, Nikes, Adidas, New Balance, and all the options there for you. And the owner, Ant-Man, my guy there, Anthony, make sure you go by and say hi. You can also check him out on Whatnot as well. Located on 920 Broadway in Bayonne, New Jersey. That is uptown near about Broadway and 44th Street. 5 days a week, Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 8 p.m. Eastern. Fine Curate. Check them out. Tell Ant-Man I sent you and I said hello. More ISG basketball and ISG football. This show, we're back after a quick time out. All right, we're still kicking over here during the commercial break. We're back here on ISG football. We're powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. The only show, folks, about real sports and gaming at the exact same time. I'm literally CBS Sports. We're talking the latest in the world of the National Football League. Big trades this week. A.J. Brown going to the from the Eagles to the Pats. Myles Garrett going from the Browns to the Rams. Man, he just won the damn lottery. I got my guy, Derwin Worrell, former sportscaster, WPRI television, up there in Providence, Rhode Island. Top right-hand corner screen, that is Cam Ridley, my oldest son, former minor league baseball player and Division I college baseball player. Got a couple games here playing for cash and prizes. Middle of the screen there. On the right-hand side, that is JB playing with the New York Giants. No NFL games this weekend, so they got to choose between the players, got to choose between the topics and the subjects that we're talking about. JB playing with the Giants. He's our king of the hill. He's got a 5-point lead here, about 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Our former champion, our challenger this week, Huskers playing with the Philadelphia Eagles there in white there, and they're driving. Can he pull off the win here with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go? All right, guys, back to the NFL topics. We were just talking about the New York Football Giants. Let's keep it with the New York Football Giants. And Russell Wilson, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Russell Wilson had an option to play for the New York Jets and be the backup to Geno Smith, or join CBS as an analyst. I was saying this 2 or 3 weeks ago that it's trending like he's going to go work for us at CBS and be on the pregame show, the CBS football show there with James Brown and those guys. And he's going to be replacing Matt Ryan, of course, who left to go being an executive with the Atlanta Falcons. Your thoughts here, Derwin Worrell, a former 12 there with the Seattle Seahawks, won his Super Bowl there in his second year in 2013 during that season. You like this? I think this is a good idea. And I mentioned this last week. He's staying in New York because Sierra. That's why he's here. He ain't going nowhere, although he was going to have an opportunity to still stay here with the Jets. Just your thoughts on Russell Wilson going to the TV booth.
Well, I think I like it for him from the standpoint of he needed to retire. And
needed to retire?
He needed to retire. He's done.
So he can't play. He's cooked.
He's cooked.
He threw 400 yards in one of his last games.
He needed to retire. That's number one. Number two, he's, Hollywood a little bit. His wife's a star. What better place than New York City? You get to stay in New York. Do you really want to back up Geno Smith with the Jets? No. You'd rather sit and make millions in the studio. But if I'm CBS, I think this is a bad idea because Russell Wilson gives you nothing entertainment-wise. Nothing. He is bland. He's not giving you anything. He's not giving you anything. Listen.
Well, you got to think during the audition process, and they've sort of talked with him. I can see him. I don't know if he wants to throw anybody under the bus, but he's got to say something. He just can't be in that position and in that spot there on that show and not say anything. He's got to provide some insight, right?
Listen, if you ever watch him after a press conference when he was in Seattle for 10 years, I used to tell people, don't watch it because he's not giving you anything.
That's right.
He's a walking cliche. He's not giving you anything. So I don't know what he's going to bring. I don't know what he's going to bring to the CBS stage come, pregame show. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but he's the kind of guy that, put raisin in the raisins in a potato salad.
Oh my gosh.
He ain't giving you nothing.
He said he's basically milquetoast. Cam, your thoughts here? Did he make the right decision by hanging it up? And how do you think he'll be as an analyst there for us at CBS Sports?
Yeah, I think he made the right decision. Could he still play? Yes. But would you go play for the Jets? I can think of 30 other teams.
Sure, get a check. He's probably making more money as an analyst at CBS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can think of a lot of other teams than going to play backup for Geno Smith. So I think he made the right decision to go with CBS. But I do have to agree with Derwin. He's not really a very likable guy. I mean, there's some people that do like him, but there's a lot of people that don't really like Russell Wilson, and they think he's kind of corny. So I kind of feel them on that side.
There's a difference between being a little corny and being unlikable. I don't know about that.
He's got a fan base, don't get me wrong. Russell Wilson definitely has a fan base. There's a lot of guys that go out and would root for him. But there's also a lot of guys that I know that think that Russell Wilson is corny. He's a cliche, like he said. So it's going to be a 50-50 split probably, but we'll see how he does with CBS. And, I'm excited to see what he has to say. He's got something to say if they hire him, right? Something's going to be said.
Derwin, some people say he's a cornball. Remember that? With your boy Ron Parker. So I don't want to go there. But look, I look forward to seeing him. Hopefully I'll be working one of these Sundays, man, and maybe bump into him. And I'll tell him, my guy, man, Derwin Worrell said, man, he's glad you're gone. He said, beat it. Get out of Seattle.
Michael Jackson.
take the rain with you.
I mean, the one thing I used to give Russell credit for, I think he's a nice guy. And when it came to like the Children's Hospital, you can count on him. He's going to be there every Tuesday when he was in Seattle. But I don't know, when he gets around the bros and stuff like that, I just think he's a different cat. And I don't think he's going to bring much entertainment to the pregame show. But you're going to have to tune in to see what it's going to be like for CBS come September.
We certainly will, man. Once again, Russell Wilson joining CBS Sports as an analyst, had an opportunity to join the Jets as a backup quarterback to Geno Smith, instead choosing the TV route. I think it's a good decision here. I think he can still play, but clearly as a backup quarterback, you're probably looking at $5 million, somewhere around there. Top end backup, maybe 10. Hell, he's going to make that at CBS, and he doesn't have to take any hits. And he doesn't have to play with the Jets. A lot of people would say that, which is mean, guys. The Jets will be good one of these days, I promise you. Keep it in the NFL, guys. Got a couple more minutes here. We'll keep it with the Giants here. How about OBJ? That was the big news as well this week for the New York Football Giants. OBJ returning to the Giants. Spent his first 5 years there with the New York Football Giants. Drafted in the first, I believe, 12th overall, 2014. By the Giants. Remember the one-handed catch there as well. He's been looking for this day, man, to go back to New York. Remember last year, had the picture with the son last June at MetLife Stadium, in the parking lot, sitting on the ground, looking at MetLife. Been playing in celebrity softball games. He's made it very clear. Great relationship as well with John Harbaugh. Had his last really decent season 2023, almost 3 years ago, with the Ravens. Had 30-something catches, 500-something yards, and I believe 3 or 4 touchdowns. Hasn't really played the last couple of years. Last played in 2024. Had like 9 catches, like 50 yards there with the Dolphins. Your thoughts, Cam? You like OBJ going back? He seems like he's excited, and the fans are excited. I'm like, guys, he's 33. This is not OBJ from 2014. This is a possession receiver now. He's not like that.
Yeah, Father Time has caught up to him like he does with everyone. But I like it for the fans, though. They absolutely needed a jolt to get right back on, loving the football giant, the New York Football Giants. And I think he's going to have some contribute to this offense, because I believe the reason why they signed him is because they're having a little bit of trouble with that wide receiver one and his injury.
A lot of injuries. Malik Neighbors coming back.
They signed 3 wide receivers in the same day.
They did.
You know what I'm saying? They signed Juju. They signed Braxton Berrios. They signed OBJ. Like, you signed 3 receivers in one day. Something's going on. Yeah. I think there's a problem with Malik Neighbors.
I think towards Achilles, I believe, in practice the other day.
Yeah,
and Malik Neighbors,
true.
He's still coming back from that knee injury as well.
Absolutely. But either way, 3 receivers in one day, you don't see it often. I like it for the Giants. Will he be the same as he was in 2014? Absolutely not. But I'm excited to see him back in 13 and blue.
How do you think he's going to do, Derwin? Real quick, about 30 seconds, unless we got to get out of here.
I think that his days are gone. I don't know how much help he's going to bring, but the Giants are desperate for wide receivers. And if you're the Giants, you better run the football, because Juju Smith-Schuster's cooked. I mean, they don't have much at the wide receiver position, and you got a young quarterback. He needs someone to lean on. His best thing might be handing the ball off.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this Madden game. Did Neely, he won it, right? He did. He scored at the very end. I saw, last minute touchdown. He got in. We'll come back and we'll talk to him in a minute. But first, that fourth quarter brought to you by good friends at 902 Brewing Company, located in Jersey City, 101 Pacific Avenue. Craft Brewery, they're producing those ales and lagers. Cam Ridley's been there. He's had a couple of those ales. Got with the Jackson Dart, throwing the darts. It's a nice little brew there, those ales and lagers. Got about 20 different varieties of ales and lagers. Handcrafted beers are the best atmosphere, curated good times made right there in Jersey City. Got a spacious tap room that hosts a variety of events, and also have the beautiful rooftop. Weather's nice out there, make it overlook Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, the World Trade Center, and the Hudson River. Check them out online, 902brewing.com. We'll come back after this break. More ISG football after this quick time. Welcome back to the ISG football, powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. The only show combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Got a couple of minutes before we get out of here, guys. You see this? Shedeur Sanders paid a record, like almost $18 million by the NFLPA. That's the Players Association, for the group licensing and the royalties there. I believe that is a record, almost double what Tom Brady got at one point, $9.5 million. This is ridiculous. This is crazy for him, but I'm really happy for him that he's making money. That shows, man, that he's got a fan base out there doing.
No, most definitely. He's always had support. Even when he fell in the draft, people rallied around the nation behind him, and they still continue to do so. And congratulations to him for knocking down that great deal, that record deal.
Cam, his deal is like a total of $4 million for like 4 years. He gets almost 18 with the PA.
That's the power of social media, and it's the power of having a great fan base. And he's a good guy too. And you guys forget who's his dad. You know, his dad's one of the most likable NFL guys ever. So, you know, I'm proud of Shedeur, and I hope he continues to go, and I hope he continues to get a shot at proving that he belongs in this league.
Yeah, when I saw the stories, I'm like, this is crazy, man. But good for him. It's a good sort of crazy. $17.7 million there by the Players Association with the group licensing and everything that goes along with that, and the royalties there. Speaking of royalty, we got new royalty here on the show. Let's go ahead and bring our new king of the hill here. Huskers back in the winner's circle, man. It took a lot to knock out JB, man. How'd you get it done there late in the game after trailing?
Yeah, he ran a new offense since the last few times I played him, and he's really good at the speed boost mechanic in this game with Malik Neighbors. He was running like crazy with him. Just got a couple 4th down stops and played good enough on offense.
All right, man. We'll see you next week, man. Good job. Way to come back and win and knock off a really, really talented and good player. Let's get out of here before we do, man. You want to be like Huskers? Then let's go ahead and join us now. All online, ages 13 and up. You win cash and other prizes. We get King of the Hill format. Join us now. TheISGShow.com/Madden. TheISGShow.com/Madden. We also have plenty of swag. Hoodies, $59.99. T-shirts, $29.99. Long sleeve tees, $34.99. Get it exclusively. TheISGShow.com/shop. TheISGShow.com/shop. Post-game show brought to you by good friends at Uno Pizza and Grill. 100 locations in 20 states that serve more than pizza, folks. Got pasta, steak, seafood, burgers, and more. Craft beers, great cocktails, and vegetarian dishes as well. They invented deep dish pizza back in 1943. Got their origins and their identity from their start there in Chicago. Let's go ahead and get out of here, guys. For our King of the Hill, that is Huskers. We'll see you next week. Cam Ridley, my oldest son, former minor league baseball player, and also Division I baseball player. Good seeing you, son. I love you. Derwin Worrell, former sportscaster, WPRI television in Little Rhodey, Providence, Rhode Island. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports. ISG football. We're powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located right here in Clifton, New Jersey. Thanks for watching on the platforms of FTF Sports, Next Level Sports, NESN, and Unbeaten Sports Channel. Enjoy the OTAs. Big trades are still going on. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.